Welcome to Shenzhen Metro, but more importantly, welcome to the future.
Just completed a project so enormous that it completely redefines the term station.
This railway station is larger than every single airport terminal in the US.
Railway hub the size of a small city has been constructed by engineers in Chongqing. Of people are currently being transported by this hub alone, accelerating the already swift Chinese railway network.
I'm speechless. This is a subway station. This is not an airport. This is just a subway station here in China. Holy smoke.
It's equally astounding how the engineers accomplished this accomplishment. A city is lagging behind. The most peculiar city in China is Chongqing. There isn't another like it on the entire planet, and its topography contributes to its distinctiveness. The entire city is situated on hills, river basins, gorges, and mountains, and when it comes to creating a city, that poses a challenge. On a landscape without any flat land, how may an urban center be established? It's astounding how China has approached this issue. Verticality was their answer. The layout of Chongqing is divided into several levels, from which structures spread both upward and below. Depending on the level of the city, the ground floor may be the 5th, 10th, or 20th story. One notable feature is the ability to modify height. Built atop hills, some parts of the skyline are hundreds of feet higher than the others, while the others are buried deep in valleys. And this location's geography is what makes it so amazing. Although Chongqing's geography is distinct, it also makes transportation difficult. The city's transportation system is incredibly intricate. It is impossible to construct a track that can remain level without encountering hills and mountains due to the height difference. In fact, some trains travel through the upper levels of skyscrapers. High-speed travel is practically impossible due to the difficult terrain. And for short journeys at least, that is generally okay. However, what about the outside traffic? High-speed rail lines could not be constructed due to the hilly terrain, linking Chongqing with ports and other important cities. Railway tracks have to cross bridges constructed over canyons larger than stadiums and wind through mountains. The speed at which a train may go on these lines is restricted by all of that. And in a nation where speed is literally money, that is a serious problem. Like the rest of the world, China's economy depends heavily on transit speed. Goods could not be swiftly moved across Chongqing without high-speed transit. Better universities in far-off cities were inaccessible to students. It was not possible to import or export fresh products. There were no better jobs available in other cities, and Chongqing was hindered by these restrictions. The city was in danger of lagging behind coastal cities, whose economies and advancements were expanding. Including Chongqing's location at a crucial intersection for travel throughout China contributed to that. It facilitates mobility throughout the area and links a number of ports to the inland. Additionally, the entire nation is impacted if this intersection moves slowly. Superpowers like the United States, Europe, and others would have taken years to find a solution if they had encountered a comparable circumstance. However, China is renowned for not waiting for legislation to be passed. Their just-build strategy has worked wonders in the past, and Chongqing was no exception. In addition to expediting transit into and out of Chongqing, the Chinese officials quickly devised an ambitious plan that would establish this mountain metropolis as one of China's major transportation hubs. Additionally, the scope of the solution they developed is unimaginable for nations like the United States. The idea to address the Chongqing region's railway issue was, to put it mildly, ambitious. The experts suggested building the biggest train station in the world, with trains that could reach speeds of more than 200 km/h. With high-speed rails serving as the veins tying everything together, the station would link all of Chongqing's counties and districts, transforming the previously divided area into a unified organism. Many people compared the proposed tower to a small city due to its enormous size. The world was dubious. In one of the world's most difficult environments, how could China construct anything like that? But if anyone could carry it off, it would be China, a nation renowned for its aspirations and expertise in building massive projects. However, the engineers had to address the project's largest issue before they could start. How do you construct in the topography of Chongqing? The suggested station would be 1. The area is 22 million square meters. In a mountainous region, where would you locate enough level ground to construct this enormous structure? Because there was no such location, Chinese engineers made the decision to construct their own. Bulldozers and dump trucks worked day and night to move 10 million cubic meters of earth after a site was selected. A sturdy, level foundation started to appear where there had once been hills. The terrain was gradually cleared, making it ideal for the new train station. After that, the real work started. In 2022, construction of the Chongqing East Railway Station got underway, and the structure started to take shape at an amazing rate over the course of the following 3 years. In addition to people working on the site, there was machinery running in a capacity never seen on a project this size. China chose to accelerate rather than rely entirely on human labor. The massive project used these AI-driven robots in every imaginable capacity, employing robotic building technologies. The first step involved leveling the recently excavated area. Robots and laser-guided bulldozers worked non-stop to produce a surface that was millimeter-level smooth. For human labor, that is not feasible. It wasn't simply accuracy, though, and the speed was crazy. These robots leveled the ground 3 times quicker than people. These monsters worked non-stop through day and night, rain and storm. These mechanical marbles continued to function, while human laborers would have perished in the 40-degree heat of Chongqing summers. The foundation was created by pouring concrete after the earth had been smoothed. Once more, the same robots were tasked with leveling this concrete. As the glass installation robots began moving facades that weighed almost a ton as walls rose above the base. With millimeter-level accuracy, these robots installed the facades and scaled the walls while lowering the possibility of mishaps. Robots also proved useful when it came to welding operations. They completed the overhead pipe installation jobs 3 times faster than what would have been necessary for humans. The new mechanical workers were accelerating everything. However, the robots accomplished more than just that. The construction of Chongqing East Railway Station also made extensive use of patrol modules. These sentinels monitored the site, spotting missing cars, employees not wearing hard hats, and other safety infractions. And this alone prevented multiple deaths. These patrols resulted in a 90% reduction in safety occurrences during the construction of the Chongqing East Railway Station. Moreover, AI powered everything. In addition to controlling the machines, AI assisted in scheduling work shifts, balancing supply chains, designing the best routes for employees, and optimizing the structure's overall layout. Every facet of the development of Chongqing East Railway Station involved technology. In order to avoid cracks, sophisticated sensors assisted in controlling the curing temperature. Temperature sensors monitored any overheating that would endanger human workers, and algorithms used augmented reality to visualize the construction process on the job site. Furthermore, China employed every trick in the book to complete the Chongqing East Railway Station project by the deadline. The most important of these was the modular building technique that was spreading throughout China. Not all of the station's components were constructed on site. The roof, the pillars, and almost everything else were built at factories nearby. Off-site. Trains were then used to transport these smaller parts to the construction site, where they were assembled, greatly accelerating the process. The project was completed in just 38 months, even though it should have taken 5 to 10 years. In the time it would have taken for a building plan to be authorized in the United States, the station was completed. No bureaucracy is impeding progress in China. Instead, the most advanced technology is driving advancement. However, this rapid pace does not diminish the impressiveness of what China has created. Not only has China perfected speed, but it also has exceptional constructing skills. This also applies to the Chongqing East Railway Station. After all, its size and construction method are just as remarkable as its exquisite design. A captivating layout. Because of its enormous size, which spans the Chongqing East Railway Station is frequently compared to a city, 22 million square meters. That is about the same as 170 football fields. It is built to manage a lot of traffic. This location can accommodate 16,000 passengers at a time. Not in a single day. That equates to 16,000 individuals using the station's amenities every hour. That's more than 38,000 people every day. And it's intriguing what makes that possible. The Chongqing East Railway Station has a very contemporary overall style. Its enormous roof, tall towers, and modernist appearance are breathtaking. However, the station's spaciousness is one aspect that is simple to ignore. Now, it makes sense that a rail station, particularly one this size, would be designed to make the most of available space. However, the architects had other goals in mind. A barrier-free design was a top priority for them. Like water flowing with little resistance, the entire station has been built to make it easy for passengers to move through. The platforms for simple boarding are accessible from the enormous hall. Every floor is connected by elevators. To guarantee access and simple administration of the 16,000 per hour traffic, everything within has been planned for flow. The Chongqing East Railway Station was not intended to be in conflict with the environment. Instead, this station has ties to nature, just like Chongqing City. Many of the building's features are similar to local natural features. Consider the enormous pillars that hold up the roof. The bottom of these pillars is designed to be thin, but as they get closer to the top, they branch out to provide a considerably bigger surface area. The hefty roof is not the only purpose of the design. Instead, the hanga trees serve as inspiration. These trees, which are common in the area and serve as havens for various species, are renowned for their tenacity. The Chongqing East Railway Station's pillars, which support the roof that gives the entire station shelter, adhere to that symbolism. Light wells between the pillars' branches let sunshine enter the station from the outside, keeping it naturally lighted. There is much to be inspired by in nature. On the eastern end of the station is a viewing platform that offers a breathtaking view of the sunset. Another natural phenomenon serves as the basis for the roof itself. The Yangtze River, whose waves distribute sunlight in lovely patterns, served as an inspiration to the architects. Additionally, the Chongqing East Railway Station's ceiling features skylights that resemble shimmering water, allowing sunlight to enter from above and dispersing it similarly to how water does. However, this roof is more than just a marvel. Its size is another intriguing feature. It's unbelievable that something this enormous, weighing 16,500 tons and covering 120,000 square meters, is supported by these pillars. A modular construction technique was used to assemble the roof's parts. After that, robotic cranes were used to raise each section and install it. The entire roof was raised section by section, much like a ship's hull. Additionally, it is currently the station's most exceptional quality. Architects from all over the world are amazed by this accomplishment. To be fair, though, that is just one of the Chongqing East Railway Station's many wonders. It's not named a city station for nothing, after all. The size of the station contributes to such a moniker. That is accurate. However, another stems from the fact that it contains retail malls, fast food restaurants, and restaurants. Furthermore, this moniker becomes even more accurate when you consider that the Chongqing East Railway Station is merely a portion of the city's center. New City's East Station Hub receives a 3. The Chongqing East Railway Station will be surrounded by a 5-kilometer neighborhood. All of the city's activity will flow from the station, which is located in the middle of the planned city. The station's entrances and exits open up into the principal squares and plazas, enabling convenient access to the future city. In order to accommodate the people coming to the central station, hotels, shopping malls, and food streets will surround the station itself. The Chongqing East Railway Station will benefit the city just as much as the city itself. To provide a more straightforward and effective travel system, public transportation such as buses, taxis, and trams will make stops at the station. And a zero-transfer city is what China is attempting to establish with this strategy. The kind of location where you can take a taxi from your house, get to the station, and then travel wherever in China. The country is making an effort to further unite its cities. Additionally, this strategy isn't limited to the locals or visitors who are waiting in line. Additionally, it is intended to enhance corporate expansion. To fully capitalize on Chongqing's strategic location in China, logistics firms have already established headquarters near the recently erected station. As a greater pool of talent becomes available due to the availability of high-speed railroads, offices are also opening. Businesses cannot resist the Chongqing East Railway Station's link to the rest of China. Traffic from all around China congregates at this superstation, which has 15 platforms and 29 tracks spread across 3 railroad yards. This is where 7 national high-speed train lines converge, bringing in traffic from Beijing, Shanghai, Wuhan, and other Chinese cities. Trains operating on these lines can reach incredible speeds of up to 217 trains, which significantly reduces travel times to large cities. For example, traveling to Yongzhou by train used to take 6 hours, but now it only takes 2 thanks to the new high-speed rail. Likewise, the duration of travel to other cities have also been demolished. Chengdu and Guang may be reached in about 1 hour, Xi'an, Wuhan, Changsha, and Kunming in 3, and megacities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen in 6. This is a blessing for the people of Chongqing. Without having to travel for hours each day, students can attend superior universities for their education. In other cities, workers can commute to work without missing daylight, and local farmers may deliver their fresh, ready-to-use produce to larger markets. China has resolved a significant backlog in its national transit system and enhanced the lives of Chongqing residents with this one station. At the same time, it has created another chance to support tourism, one of China's fastest-growing businesses. One of China's biggest sources of income is tourism. Chongqing East Railway Station will play a significant role in helping them reach their 2025 tourism target of $42 billion. The actual money is at the train station itself, not just in the surrounding city with its hotels, eateries, and cultural cuisine venues. In and of itself, it is a tourist destination. The world's largest train station is projected to draw visitors from all around the world. And that's where tourism is further facilitated by the Chongqing East Railway Station's central location and high-speed tracks. You see, the Chongqing East Railway Station has made it possible to connect Chongqing City to some of China's most popular tourist attractions. Only a few hours away are the Avatar Mountains in Jiangxia, the Terracotta Warriors in Xi'an, and Chengdu, which is well known for its gigantic pandas. Through the high-speed rail, just this station will assist in designing the ideal path for visitors to discover China. An important place to visit if you want to see the entire nation. Additionally, the infrastructure of the station was designed with tourists in mind. All of the announcements are given in many languages, and the engineers have integrated a digital guidance system to assist foreigners who might not be familiar with the station. The station also provides everything a traveler might possibly require in terms of technology. All over the building, Wi-Fi is easily accessible. There are USB charging outlets in 1,000 of the station's 5,000 chairs. The Chinese government has established the Chongqing East Railway Station as a major destination for tourists, much like an airport. It is in fact functioning. Let's examine a few of the figures. This station is the starting point for the Yongzhou-Chongqing high-speed railway, which has seen the flow of passengers has increased since it was built. There were typically just 70,000 passengers using the route each month. That figure now stands at 1.07 million travelers each month. Additionally, as the number of travelers increases, so does the revenue, particularly from tourists. Fungi County experienced a 20% rise in tourists. In just 1 year, the Three Gorges Reservoir region has generated 10 billion yuan in revenue due to a growth in businesses establishing themselves to accommodate visitors. That's $1,044 million in freedom money. For China, the construction of the Chongqing East Railway Station has undoubtedly been worthwhile. To be honest, though, the station is about to witness some significant events that are already underway. So this is just the beginning. The first is the still under construction East Station hub in New City. Secondly, the accomplishment of all the railroad tracks. As you can see, the economy has benefited greatly from the Chongqing East Railway Station, although the railway lines that expand from it are still unfinished. Construction is still ongoing for lines 8, 24, and 27. Additionally, the nation's east-west and north-south transit and cargo train flows will be improved by the star-shaped high-speed rail routes that are now being built. Thus, business, tourism, and quicker transit income will only rise in the future. However, there is more to the Chongqing East Railway Station than merely financial gain. Additionally, it is a groundbreaking concept with a revolutionary design. The Chongqing East Railway Station has a straightforward design concept. It creates a no-transfer system by combining taxi, bus, and metro travel. Additionally, other nations are becoming aware of it. Additionally, I wish to create a city layout that lessens or does away with the necessity for private vehicles. The train station is the focal point of urban centers in Indonesia, Thailand, and African nations, which are imitating that type of city design by combining metro transportation, bus travel, and taxis into a single cohesive organism. Our concept appears to be a nice one, but like anything in our world, there are those that disagree with it. Whether green or not, China's building boom is underway, and critics have repeatedly brought up the environmental issue. Do these projects' increased energy consumption have a detrimental effect on the environment? For the Chongqing East Railway Station, the same question was brought up once more. Indeed, it couldn't be further from the reality. The Chongqing East Railway Station is remarkably environmentally friendly for such a massive structure. The station's roof is covered in solar panels that contribute to the production of green electricity, feeds into the grid of the city. Because of the skylights, there is less need for artificial lighting during the day, and rainwater is collected from the roof to irrigate the nearby parks. For more effective use, cooling plants are often shared with nearby buildings. China's highest green building standard, 3 stars, is met by the Chongqing East Railway Station. It is therefore very environmentally friendly. Others have also attacked China's construction methods, saying that the nation is accumulating debt as a result of its building binge. However, as the statistics demonstrate, China's investment in railway infrastructure is actually producing a significant GDP boost. China generates 60,000 jobs and a 260 million yuan GDP return for every 100 million yuan invested in railway infrastructure. That is definitely worthwhile. The world could learn from China rather than condemn it. China completes construction projects faster than superpowers like the US, Europe, and other Western nations, which require years to approve a project. The rest of the world might just develop, following China's example, rather than trapping progress behind the red line of bureaucracy. Do you believe your nation would benefit from that policy? Tell me in the comments section below. I'd be interested in hearing your opinions.